Welcome to the lesson on imperatives. What is an imperative? The Latin verb impero means I order. And in English, if we say it is imperative that you do something, that you do this, that means you must do it. You have to do it. So if I use an imperative verb, I'm giving a command. An imperative is a verb where you're telling somebody to do something. Run. All of y'all, get to the other side of the bridge, quick. Get, run is an imperative. Do it. You're telling someone to do something. Here I've listed one infinitive from each conjugation of verbs. Remember, a conjugation is a family of verbs that all have the same endings. And you identify a verb's conjugation by the ending of its infinitive form. And these are all infinitive forms. The infinitive is the second principal part of a verb. So if we write our principal parts out for, let's say, cantare, you have canto, I sing, cantare, to sing, cantavi, I sang, and then you would have cantatus, having been sung, but my students haven't learned that yet, so we won't put it on here. And cantare here is this cantare, the second principal part, the infinitive, to sing. Now the ending of infinitives is re, this re right here. They all have the same ending, but if you take that off, you're left with the stem of the verb, and that vowel at the very end of the stem tells you now what conjugation you are in. So if it's A, you're in the first conjugation. If it's a long E, you're in the second conjugation. If it's a short E, you're in a third conjugation. And if it's an I, you're in the fourth conjugation. That's easy to remember, the order of the conjugations, because they go in alphabetical order of vowels. A, E, I. But you have two E's. So the way I like to remember second versus third conjugation is that you have a long E in second conjugation, a stronger E. The long E is stronger, so it beats out the short E for the third spot. And obviously when we learn vowels, the order we learn them in is A, E, I, O, U. So you can remember A, E, I. Now the imperative in the singular form, if I'm saying to one person, you do this, that's very easy. The imperative in the singular form is just simply the stem of the verb, the present imperative. So if we're doing a first conjugation, whoa, wow. If we're doing a first conjugation verb like canto, and I'm saying singular, you sing, it would just be canta. I took this stem from here, canta, dropped the re, and I've got you sing. If we're going to give the plural form, it's going to be cantate. You simply add te to canta, and that's it. That's all you've got. And by the way, if you have your Cambridge Latin text, you can study some more examples of this on page 147 of stage 19. Oh, I need to put this here. So we have canta, cantate, sing, and this is y'all sing. What about for a second conjugation verb like docere, which means to teach? Again, very easy. In the singular, we take off that re, and we have doce. Marque, Marcus, doce, teach me something, right? In the plural, you might have guessed already that you're just going to add that te. You have doce, teach. Slaves, teach me something. Serui, docete. So it's very, very easy. And if you're in my class and you have a quiz on Tuesday on the imperatives, all I want you to know how to do is to A, translate imperatives of verbs we already know. So you should, if you know the meaning of the verb, you should know how to translate this form of the verb. Sing. Y'all sing. Or teach. Or y'all teach. That's the first thing you have to be able to do. The second thing you have to be able to do for your quiz is I might ask you to make an imperative. I might give you an infinitive and say I gave you dokere, please make this into a singular imperative. And you would just take off that re, you'd say doke, done. Or you might, if I ask for a plural imperative, take off the re, add a te, and say dokete, y'all teach. What about a third conjugation infinitive? Now remember, the third conjugation is the annoying conjugation. It has a weak e here, and that e can change. But fortunately, in the singular form, for the third conjugation, you do exactly the same thing as you do for the first two conjugations. You take off the re, curre means to run, so you have curre, run boy. However, in the plural, that e there is going to turn to an I. And then you add the same te. So if I wanted to say y'all run, it would be currite. And that is true for all verbs in the third conjugation. All imperatives. All imperatives in the second conjugation are formed like this. Any verb. It could be dokere, it could be takere, it could be manere. You just take off the re. Mane, stay, remain. Singular. Manete, y'all, stay, remain. In the third conjugation, all of the verbs, agere, cadere, etc., formed like this. E in the singular, I in the plural. Then fourth conjugation, you get back to normal, meaning none of your vowels shift on you crazily. So in number 4 here, we have punire, to punish. The singular form would be puni, punish him. Or punite, everybody, punish them. So, simple as cake. That's pretty much all you need to know for imperatives. However, what if you want to make your imperative negative? You have to be careful. This is an example of what not to do. If I want to say, don't run, you don't take the imperative for run, curre, and add a noun. You might think that you would do that. Don't run. No. That's terrible. Never do it. Bad smiley face, frowny face. There's a very particular way in Latin to form negative imperatives. It's extremely simple. You have to know the imperative of nolo. Remember the verb nolo, I don't want, or I refuse. Nolo, non vis, non volt, nolumus, noltus, nolunt. If you remember that verb, here is the imperative of that verb. If it's singular, it's noli. Don't want. You don't want. And if it's plural, it's nolite. Don't want to do something. Guys, please don't want to do that. If you want to make any imperative negative, you take noli or nolite and you add the infinitive. So if I'm saying to a little boy, don't sing, I have noli, and then I just take the infinitive form with the re on the end and everything. Noli cantare, don't sing. Or if I want to say, y'all, don't punish the little girls. Nolite punire. I take the infinitive form of my verb for to punish, my word for don't, y'all don't, and I do it like that. That's it. That's the negative form of the imperative. And you're also responsible for knowing how to make that on your quiz on Tuesday, if you're in my real class. So please make sure that you know that noli and nolite are the forms that you need for the negative imperative, and you add them to an infinitive. Don't sing, don't punish. And know how to form also the positive imperatives. Sing, y'all, sing, etc. See, easy as cake. And remember, in your Cambridge text, it's page 147, where where you can study imperatives. All right.